Bucks in 6. We did it. We did it. Yes.
An unforgettable day for all Milwaukeeans, all Wisconsinites. We know how long they waited for this moment. And the confetti as it poured down, and national anthem singer Ben Tynai finished this thing off with "We Are the Champions." I mean, these are moments that we're going to remember for a very, very long time. And like the Bucks player said, we just might be back here next June, you guys. I know Tampa has had a pretty good run of pro sports championships in the last year and a half. Milwaukee fans are hoping it's the 414's turn to go back-to-back with the Bucks and Brewers. Milwaukee still has to go without Giannis Antetokounmpo. He is still recovering from a hyperextended knee he suffered in Game 4 down in Atlanta. So it's going to take another total team effort like we saw in Game 5.
Milwaukeeans are going to be on their best behavior, and we're going to enjoy the night. We're going to party together.
They're already partying. Listen to these fans. Bucks in 6? I'm hearing a lot of Bucks in 6 down there. There it is. I really wanted to do that, Jason. That just seemed like a really cool idea, and actually I think we pulled it off. There was an unusual sense of finality this week in Greendale. These Panthers seniors didn't get the chance to compete for a state championship, but they still had plenty to play for at home Friday night. As more fans are coming in tonight, I'm seeing a lot of people kind of anxiously refreshing their feeds, checking their phones, looking for updates on one of the star players, whether or not he's going to play the rest of this series. No, I'm not talking about Giannis or Chris Middleton, so Bucks fans can breathe a sigh of relief there. They are ready to go for Game 4 tonight. I'm talking about Atlanta Hawks superstar Trae Young. He suffered a bad luck injury Sunday in Game 3. He stepped on the referee's ankle, and he now has a bone bruise on his foot. Players on both sides of this year's Ryder Cup said this event would not have been the same without the fans. They all waited an extra year for this, and Friday proved it was 100% worth it. A cappella at the opening tee. 13 men in hockey jerseys and Viking horns warmed up the home crowd. It's Ryder Cup number 7 for the American Marshals. They say this first tee was one of the best.
Really good, especially being here in our own, back here in the U.S. When we go over to Europe, it's a lot different because we're outnumbered.
Denny McNevin is the oldest in this band of ride or die Ryder Cup fans. These Vikings from Minnesota fittingly debuted at Valhalla, where the Americans won the '08 Ryder Cup in Louisville.
Learning all the songs, getting the attire, getting the coordinating all the, the transportation, places we're staying, where we're going to eat.
Did he mention songs? There are a lot of songs.
One of our special songs for the ladies.
The Marshals are far from the only group wandering Whistling Straits in matching stars and stripes.
USA!
This is not your typical golf garb.
Got it.
You get to come to an event like this, dress like a fool, have the best time of your life, and live the dream.
Huddle up, boys.
If you watch enough golf this weekend, you'll realize TV cameras love the American Marshals. McNevin's enjoying every moment of what'll likely be his last American Ryder Cup before he hangs up the horns.
It's been great. But you know what? It's funny. If we take the horns off, nobody knows who we are.
But that's okay, he says. He didn't come here to get famous. All he wants to do is celebrate a Ryder Cup victory.
It's Wisconsin after all.
And the great state hosting it.
Wisconsin after all. It's the Ryder Cup.
In Kohler, Dan Molloy, Spectrum News. It had all the ingredients for a legendary NBA Finals moment. A one-possession game in the final minutes, superstars squaring off, and ultimately a jaw-dropping display of athleticism and basketball IQ.
Throws it up for Ayton. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis defended both ends of an alley-oop, meeting DeAndre Ayton above the rim to protect the Bucks' lead. Sliding all the way from the free throw line to the backboard, Giannis answered his own question.
How bad do you want it? How bad do you really want it?
I know my heart was racing the whole time. I could feel it like literally in my throat. I was like, I think I'm gonna die. It was so exciting.
The block blew the roof off Fiserv Forum, and the Deer District became a block party after one of the most clutch defensive plays in NBA history.
The honest thought that was going through my head was more or less kind of like shock and awe. I think, when the block happened, I kind of looked like, And luckily, PJ came across the lane and grabbed the rebound because I forgot for a split second to go grab it.
It was amazing. It was out of nowhere. Spectacular.
I can just remember a general sense of that really just happened, you know, and we're going to win this thing, you know, Bucks and 6.
You know, that's an NBA Finals special moment right there.
A special moment whose legacy would grow exponentially if the Bucks managed to capture the NBA title. In Milwaukee, Dan Molloy, Spectrum News. Prize fighting is not a long-term job. Every fighter knows that. For Austin Luchin, chasing MMA dreams was actually the motivation he needed to kickstart his other career as a registered nurse working with Wisconsin veterans. By day, Austin Luchin navigates the Milwaukee VA Medical Center. He works a couple 12-hour shifts each week, and it's been an exhausting year. When he's not at the hospital, he's pushing his body to the limit at Primal MKE, an MMA gym in West Allis.
Usually 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 6.
The 28-year-old started training at 17. He says back then he was a screw-up, looking for direction after his father's passing.
I was moping around, I was lazy, I was sad, and this gave me something to do, and it gave me something that I was passionate about.
For a few years, Luchin fought on the amateur circuit, working some odd jobs to pay the bills. Before turning pro, he took his mom's advice and got his nursing degree at 25. He's dealt with doubters in both professions.
I had some people that were close to me say, what are you doing this fighting for, you know? But I had some coaches that said, what are you doing with nursing school? Like, you need to focus on this, you're only young once.
Turning pro doesn't mean UFC or Bellator, at least not yet. Luchin made just a few $100 in his first few bouts, but he's 5-0, finishing all of his opponents in round 1. So fight fans should keep an eye on this lightweight. Just look for the mullet and listen for the nickname.
Funky Bird! Austin Luchin!
Funky Bird. That came from longtime coach Scott Sivright.
He started calling me Chunky Bird, and then I started slimming down, and the Funky Bird was born.
VA nurse by day, laser-focused fighter by night. And when it's time to hang up the gloves, Luchin can change right back to his scrubs.
I'm not going to fight forever. I'll probably fight till I'm 35, who knows. Depends how good I get. But I'm not going to do this forever. No way. You know, my brain's too precious.
After 11 years of training, the Funky Bird is ready to fly. In West Allis, Dan Molloy, Spectrum News.